This is Chris.
And this is Tina.
And we are looking at footage
of Alien Isolation.
All right. You played a little bit of this, right?
I did. I think it was like 2-3 weeks ago. Probably by the time people see this, it'll be 3 weeks ago. You play as Amanda Ripley, who is the next generation Ripley.
Okay.
And this is kind of like the first half of the game. Let's listen to this a little. So she's exploring, she's exploring the ship, and she's just figured out that there are humans aboard. So this is like the first time that you realize there isn't just that one xenomorph trailing around trying to kill you. And
so for those people who haven't been paying attention to sort of pre-release stuff, it seems like they're trying to get to the original OG.
Yeah, OG.
Spooky Alien.
The heart of Alien, the first Alien film. Like, forget Aliens, it's one Alien.
Well, that's the thing is, like, every game, like, Aliens has become basically just...
too much action.
Well, it's just become Aliens. It's not the original source material. All the entire franchise is this giant shooty, Space Marine thing. And
so they wanted, the developers, boom, that's supposed to frighten you. Which it does when you're playing it. Also specifically because it calls the xenomorph out. So this is your motion tracker device, and there you go. Fortunately for you, the xenomorph is also very smart and won't approach the fire. Mm-hmm. It'll come around, though, so you have to hide, like, at all times.
Okay. And is there anything you noticed? So it's mainly an atmospheric horror game? Would you say it's a horror game, an action game?
It's definitely a horror survival. Like, survival is definitely an important bit. So just then you picked up a flamethrower, and I believe this is a crafted, like, noisemaker or some kind of bomb. There are noisemakers, though, in this game, and basically you can attract the xenomorph to come take care of this alien. See? There you go. And then you can go hide, which at this point, if it was me, I would be, like, in a locker somewhere hiding.
A lot of exploding barrels so far, a lot of things just sort of blowing up. And the other people are combatants, you'd say, right?
Yeah, they've been aboard the ship. It seems like they've gone a little bit crazy. I mean, they've been hanging around here with the ship not really under operation with a xenomorph going around. And I really don't know, just based off the fact that the AI is pretty aggressively, like, hunting you down, I don't know how those humans have survived. And they'll go around, they'll shoot, they'll make noise, and the xenomorph won't be attracted to them. Not all of the time, but if I make, like if I run one step by accident, the xenomorph is on my tail again. This is an android, and he is terrifying. It took me a while to figure out how to fight him off, because it's tough to kill pretty much anything except a human in this game. And even humans, it's tough because you're still constantly at risk. So this is you hiding from the android, which is the appropriate way of dealing with him. Or it, I guess. And what your goal right now is to get down these stairs unnoticed, go to the computer terminal, and complete a little mini hacking game, which is like you match symbols. What he's on right now, that's where you want to get.
And he seems to be sort of like a bishop-style android, the kind with white blood, that kind.
Yeah, you can see there's going to be a clip later where you can see him more up close, and it's more obvious from his physical appearance. But he's terrifying, and he will kill you in a hit. But I really liked playing this sequence. I think it was about like an hour and a half that I played. The whole time I was terrified. The whole time I'm like glued to my motion tracker device. And that's the exact kind of horror game that I want to play. I don't want to be shooting things a lot. You don't get that much ammunition, obviously. In most horror games, you don't. But this is one where you can go about not shooting much. So here's like trying to be more offensive, but just one hit. Like, there's nothing you can do.
The flesh on his neck is really, really creepy. It looks like plastic.
Yeah, I mean, and look at his eyes. They look digital.
It's actually, it reminds me a little bit about, was it Zombie U had a motion tracking device?
Oh, yeah.
I really like that game a lot.
Right. Yeah, and that was a little different because you had the gamepad, the Wii U gamepad and whatnot, which kind of made it more tangible. Mm-hmm. But even when I was playing, I wrote up a little impressions piece, which will go up later. But while I was playing, I was gripping onto my Xbox One controller, almost like it was the motion tracker device. So this is a crafted Molotov that you can make. Crafting is a big part. You'll just like find pieces of things and be able to make various bombs. Like, there's just no way you're surviving that. You need to hide. Like, when you see the xenomorph, you basically need to be hiding.
And I think I don't know about you. I hope it's not one of those situations where, like, they bait and switch you, and halfway through the game you just end up shooting a bunch of stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. So I asked the creative lead on the game if there would ever be a situation where you're actually fighting the alien, and he said that they never give you a weapon that can take that alien down. So basically that's translating to no. So at all points of time, this is the end of the demo that I played. At all points of time, you're basically just trying to get away from it.
So it's like Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. There was that giant thing that just kept on coming after you, and you just had to run away, basically.
Exactly. You have to run away, you have to hide, and the way that the AI works is kind of interesting because the xenomorph is like knows that you're on the ship, so it's constantly searching for you. So if you make a noise, or I guess if it smells you or sees you, like if you're flashing your flashlight around irresponsibly, then it'll drop down and come after you, and you can avoid it if you manage to slip into under a table or into a locker before it sees you. But for the most part, you want to not linger around in a room too long either, because it at any point in time can just drop down to be like, oh, what's up, what's going on in here? Even if it doesn't hear or see anything, it just wants to scope out the area. So you constantly have this pressure, this looming pressure of this alien who at any point in time can come after you.
Well, cool. That was just a quick look at...
Yeah, just a little bit of gameplay.
A little bit of gameplay, a little bit of commentary, and check out Tina's piece as it goes up on the site.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
And as you go through the game, you get more charges. So in the beginning, you can only jump, and then as you go on, you can jump and grapple once, jump and grapple twice. And mechanically, it actually is really, really fun to play. It's kind of the closest thing I've seen so far to a first-person Spider-Man game.